And now the enigmatic Stella Umeh of Canada, floor exercise, and she's made a change here.
Brand new routine, needs to hit the tumbling. God, it doesn't get much better than that. That was a spectacular opening double layout. She's solid.
She was a substitute. Now she's the team captain. Nice performance on the floor by Stella.
Nice performance, but Scott, she is not going to be happy with that last tumbling pass. She knows that she missed a very important combination in that final tumbling run. You can see it. It's written all over her face. The choreography was original. That's due to her sister, Anastasia, who is the choreographer of this routine, and that's Stella's sister. Take a look at her opening tumbling run. Excellent. Double layout, beautiful height, great body position, and she nailed the landing. This was her second tumbling pass, I believe. Very original. A whip through to an immediate double back. Believe me, that combination is extremely tough to do, to get enough height on that double salto from just that simple whip back. The timing has to be right on, but it was the final tumbling pass that gave her some problems.
Stella's face always very expressive. The two-time Canadian champion, 19 years old, has completed her run at the floor exercise. A 9.525 is the result for the captain of this Canadian women's team as they now move on to their next challenge in the women's team event. Canada will be heading to the vault and should be able to make up some ground. They're in a major competition, however, with Australia in this team event. After one rotation, South Africa has the lead, but they were in this morning's session. They will be caught. Canada is now leading amongst the second session countries, but only slightly over England and Australia. Rotation number 2, and this is Lisa Symes of Regina, Saskatchewan for Team Canada. Now trains in Ontario with the Winstonettes under the direction of Coach Debbie Vidmar, the first of 2 vaults.
Nicely done. You know, in today's competition, in the team event, they're going to take the best vault of the 2. That's the advantage the women have in team competition, and she can feel pretty good about having a first great vault. It's a front summy in a tuck position with a half twist. The maximum value of this vault, the start value, is 9.8. You see plenty of height. She knows exactly where she is. Good alignment, good distance from the horse.
There's Coach Debbie Vidmar in the background, looking on as Lisa Symes, second all around at the Canadian Championships in 1993.
Now, not to confuse the audience, but that 9.8 indicates the start value of the vault. You'll see this on this screen. As well, the number above the 9.8 will indicate the number of the vault she's performing.
There's a look at the Prince Edward, the president of the Commonwealth Games Federation, who's in attendance today here at Memorial Arena. Just one of 5,000 spectators to see this women's team event. And we are awaiting now the second vault of Lisa Symes.
This is, of course, one of Lisa's strengths, the vault as well as the floor exercise. She can better this vault by sticking it if she can. Same second vault, and I believe the landing was slightly better. The score should go up a tiny bit.
Congratulations from Canadian head coach Alex Bard. Remember, they will take the best of the two vaults.
And it's their choice whether they want to perform the same second vault or not. Lisa chose to perform the front summy with a half twist. It's a front on in a front summy position, cranks a half twist, looks for a landing, and as I said, I think the landing was slightly better than the first.
Lisa now moving back to the Canadian team waiting area. She's done her second rotation and now awaiting the marks. All four competitors for each team must complete each apparatus, and there are four. The best three scores are kept for each country, and they all become a total towards a grand total for the team, and at the end of the day, the team with the most points, of course, wins the team competition. There are the two scores for Lisa Symes. The first a 9.050, the second a 9.475. She'll keep that score. And this is Jaime Hill now, who we saw earlier on the floor exercise her first vault.
Now Jamie's vault, she's planning to do a vault that's scored out of a 9.9. A little different variation in this vault. Again, it's very difficult today. After Barcelona, they devalued many of women's vaults simply because they were being overused. A Cuervo in a pike position, a little bit rough on her landing. That's where the judges are going to take some minor deductions.
Jaime getting some words of advice from Canadian coach Alex Bard, one of three members of this Canadian team from Gymnastics Mississauga and coached by Alex Bard.
Actually, it didn't look very bad in the air at all. It was nicely performed. It was just the landing. It's a front-on approach. She wants to crank a half twist and then pulls her legs back to do a back summy in a pike position. You can see she was scrambling around a little bit on the landing. That's something she needs to really concentrate on for the second vault, because the opportunity is there. It's there for the taking. You just have to be neat and clean and stick the landings. They're so important.
Jaime, only 15 years old, showed tremendous poise, Alfie, in Australia at the World Championships. There's her first score, 9.425. She'll try to better that and drop the 9.425. The value here, the start value, a 9.9.
Jamie's going to do the same second vault. Most of the women in the team competition choose to do the same vault twice. However, when we get down to the event finals, things are a little bit different. They have to perform two different vaults. No, just didn't have the gusto on that. I think she overcompensated. She had a little bit too much to give on that first vault. This time opened up a tad bit too early. She paid the price.
Certainly some disappointment there on the face of Jaime Hill. Another look.
The same vault, as I said, front on approach, but just didn't have the height there, Scott. You can see she came down very quickly, crunched the ankles. Believe me, that does not feel very good.
And so we anticipate that Jaime Hill will be keeping that 9.425 as her result in this second rotation. And she's very disappointed, Alfie, with the result. 8.825 is the score for the second vault, so indeed she keeps the 9.425 and is done rotation number 2. She'll be moving on to the bars, the uneven bars,